All right, this is going to count as the Week 10 Prisma One NFT AMA. Moongod has strep throat, so he's having trouble talking right now. So I'm going to just talk for him. It's just going to be a quick question and answer. I don't know, this video will probably be 5 minutes long, something like that. So, all right. The questions came from me, Yanni, and Lucky mostly. I did put it out there for the community if they had any questions. Didn't seem like anybody really did, so maybe this will answer any questions that you have that you didn't think to ask. So, first question for Moongod is, how much is in the short? And his answer is 5,000 is in the short, 5,000 is in the long, though we are working on scaling the dollar cost average. When did we start the long? Moongod answered, long was originally opened at roughly $2,000. Is the short being closed? We are slowly dollar cost averaging the short and long to bring the spread closer together, and eventually we are hoping to take profit both if possible. Or we can focus on one specific side if we see the market trending a specific direction. What has changed this past week? I don't know if this is actually the answer to that question, but Moongod goes on to say, long and short are two different trades. While they are working together, if we get to the TP for the short, we can just close that out and keep the long open if we choose, or the opposite if we choose to do so. We are actively using the volatility to bring the TP up for the short and continue to gather additional value in the long. So the take profit price for the short is going up because they're continuing to take positions as the price of ETH goes up. So that means the profit as well is going to go up whenever they close that short. It's going to be like a 30% profit, if not more. And he says, and they continue to gather additional value in the long as well, which they opened at 2,000. So continue taking positions with that as well. And then I asked him, what do you see going on in the crypto market? He said market is in a very volatile state with the ETF approval around the corner and Bitcoin halving. Still expecting some form of retracement prior to the end of the year. Though with the news and the hype from retail, it's possible we might see a lot more volatility until this happens. So that was pretty much all the questions that I had come up with for him. So real quick. And then I just wanted to read his response to Blackbeard because I think it is encouraging to see, that to underestimate the Prisma team is I think kind of ignorant. Like, it's just, you haven't even given them much of a chance to do anything, and what little they've done has been very impressive. So to underestimate them at this point is just kind of dumb, in my opinion. But anyways, that's what Blackbeard keeps doing, which is why I thought he's kind of dumb. But anyways, this isn't me just ragging on him. I'm going to answer his question. Did Moongod delete his answer? Okay. I'm not even gonna read Blackbeard's statement, but Moongod responded to him. This is where you're incorrect. Our current position effectively has us trading a delta neutral right now due to the longs we have opened. We're also set up with the full ability to move with the market, and we're waiting to see how the following weeks play out in order to see what direction we need to prepare for. Currently, the market could trend down prior to the end of the year, which it usually does. Then it could swing up again due to possible ETF approval at the beginning of the year. At this point, as I've said to you numerous times, we're fine in the position we're in because the position has moved as the market has. We are no longer just in a short, and our position is categorically different than what it once was because we have longs opened up to offset the short. With this being said, we have not gone 100% all in on longs, as they could very well lead us into a bad position on the other side, but we're sufficiently covered. I'd also love to reiterate, we cannot predict everything that happens in the market. If we could, we'd all be rich and hitting stage 3 goals in under a year and be under investigation by the SEC or some other government for insider trading. As for you not getting answers, you've asked the same questions numerous times over in as many different small possible ways, but the answer still remains the same. We have a strategy and basically have already moved into an entirely different trade set at this point. On top of that, I do feel like I've answered a lot of the questions you've asked in the same other form, be it AMA or other questions in chat. The best thing I can think to do would just make an announcement each week lining up with our AMA, because you're asking the same things I answer in other media, and as much as I don't mind the back and forth, then I'd be more than happy to continue. Continue it, I can't rehash a lot of the same stuff I've already answered. As for the questions, I again still don't mind them, but it's clear that you're stuck thinking we're in the same position we were in weeks ago, which is just not the case, man. I know not being invested generally means you don't listen to everything because it doesn't involve your money, but I'm going over how our position has evolved in our AMAs, and as I said in my post above, I'd be more than happy to post a quick recap in text form so that way you don't have to listen to me talk for like an hour, because God knows I absolutely could. And that's the last we've heard from Moongod. That was like a couple days ago. But if you have any questions based on anything I've said here, please feel free to ask them in the comments of this video, and I will get those questions to Moongod, and I'll get you the answers. But yeah, that's it. That's going to count as our AMA this week, and hopefully Moongod will feel better so we can get back to doing our regularly scheduled weekly AMAs next week. Alrighty, see ya.